It's time we crash a party, for the vultures have spoken. The girl has come of age. Brutus grinned, welcoming his ruthless army. But sir, Joe, the fox, stammered, trembling with fear. We can't go. We weren't invited. On a day like this, the king will never allow us to make anyone feel low. Joe feared punishment from the king. He was already cursed by him, doomed never to sing. Moreover, it was widely known that entering the king's land without his permission would be a grave mistake. But it was also known a rule like this Brutus loved to break. That makes it even better. Smooth sailing is too easy. I prefer a stormy weather. Disappointment filled Brutus as he looked at his scared crew of robbers. They trembled in fear of the king, desiring to shrink away and hide under their shells like lobsters. His anger flared. Come on, you lazy fighters. We've prepared for this moment to make the girl's heart rotten. There's no turning back now. We've already been forgotten. And besides, we'll be doing the king a great favor, he declared, feeling proud. We'll crank up the noise to their boring, snoozy party and make it unforgettably loud. How else will my fame travel if we don't give the people what they crave, a grand battle? His silent crew each sunk down in their seats low. They shivered and whimpered in fear of snow. But wisdom, Joe said, holding onto his hat tightly. No one has dared to confront her since the last war. Now we've heard, she holds the key to lock us away forever behind doom's door. Brutus shouted, his face bright red with fury, his body consumed by rage. He would never be caged. Don't you ever speak to me about that crazy woman. His claws tore through the table. Our revenge will be so sweet. We'll rip her daughter from her arms, he grinned. Can you imagine? Wisdom herself, broken, crying over the loss of her daughter in utter defeat. No, you're crazy. We won't be put in danger again because of you. Wisdom would never let you near her daisy. You're on your own this time. They scrambled away like mice from their boss's sight, desperately trying to escape being burnt by the fires of his might. What worthless friends you are, Brutus roared. The children's laughter rang, rang, rang. Their excitement grew with every passing moment as the grand party drew near. The princess's birthday was almost here. The kids couldn't contain their energy. They jumped and sang together, their voices blending in perfect harmony. Lady Wisdom, the queen of the magical land of Evergreen, where the trees were always green, took the children's hands and joined their circle of fun. Together, they ran and laughed, spinning around and around, all under the bright, happy sun. We live in Evergreen, a land of the free, where dreams are seen. With bears that wave and hearts that sing, it's the home of our beloved queen. The kids sang with brightness. Wonderful, wonderful, bravo! Lady Wisdom cheered, clapping her hands. Thank you, my queen. Hansel, the leader of their small band, responded, feeling as though he had just received a grand stand. And so you know, he continued, very excited to tell her the good news. We have been working really hard on a song we are creating as a gift for the princess's royal day. It's called The Evergreen Way. Hansel, his friends shouted, their voices ringing in his ear. You weren't supposed to tell her we're creating a song. It was a secret, not meant for the queen to hear. Hansel was known for his big mouth. He spoke whatever came to his mind. Give him a secret, and he'd never be able to hide. Oh, Hansel exclaimed, feeling bad. But I thought we were just keeping our gift a secret from the princess, he explained, hoping it would keep them from being mad. No, Jade said firm. We promised it would be a surprise for the whole royal family. The problem is, you always want to show off, just like you always do, because you want to get the glory. It's no wonder you always tell everyone you're our leader." Hansel yelled, "And you're always acting like a mean teacher. Why do you have to always correct me every time I do something wrong? And does it really matter if the Queen knows our gift will be a song? Because everything has to be done right." Jade held to the rules tight. "And yes, it does matter. It's better she knows nothing. But now, thanks to you, the Queen won't be surprised, because she already sees what's coming." "That's enough," the Queen said, stopping them. "Hansel, Jade, I want you both to apologize for being mean to each other, or you will both miss supper." Hansel hated apologizing. It made him feel weak, but his stomach was growling, so he made the wise decision to be meek. "Sorry, Jade, for comparing you to a mean teacher," he mumbled. Jade still believed she didn't do anything wrong. She tried to hold back the sweet words that tasted like honey. Okay, she muttered, feeling the bitterness of pride, trying to keep her hungry. "I'm sorry, Hansel, for getting angry at you for revealing our gift." "And," the Queen said, smiling, as she noticed the weight of the heavy cloud lift. "Ugh," said Jade, "and for calling you a show-off. Besides, I actually like you being our leader," Jade confessed. Hansel's eyes lit up, and his heart felt warm as a sunshine glow. Jade's kind words felt exactly like he had imagined, the same rush of honor he'd feel after delivering his best performance at the greatest show. "Really? Thanks, Jade. I'm proud of you both. I see a huge growth," Wisdom said, rejoicing. "Now, you don't need to worry about what I know. Your gift will still be as lovely as the morning glow. And I promise I won't tell my daughter what you're planning for her special day. What we've talked about here stays a secret, okay?" "Yes, my queen," the kid said. "Good," Wisdom smiled. "Keep practicing, children. I can't wait to hear your vision." As Wisdom walked away, she spotted a beetle racing toward the children. It scurried across the ground with surprising speed. Its grin, wide and wicked, looked like it was full of greed. "Why the rush?" she asked, but the beetle paid her no mind, its focus on its mission, to make the children blind. Curious, Wisdom stepped into its path and bent down to pick it up, only to feel its sharp, stinging wrath. "I can sense your anger. Why?" she asked, holding the beetle before her eyes. To her surprise, the beetle spoke in a voice that wasn't its own. It sounded just like Hansel's. "I was going to miss supper because of you." "Me?" the beetle said, its voice changing to Jade's. "I had nothing to do with this. You were the one who started it. Have you already forgotten that it was your fault we had to apologize in the first place?" Wisdom became really angry. She finally understood the beetle's intentions. It wanted to tear her family apart, driving a wedge between Jade and Hansel by its flattery. Its goal was to spark a fight, undoing the peace she'd set in flight. With a swift motion, she dropped the beetle to the ground. Before it could react, she slammed her foot down. She crushed the beetle in an instant, sealing its fate, stopping it from releasing its venom and creating hate. The beetle exploded in a burst of green gas. Its foul stench swarmed the air. Wisdom's face twisted in shock, recognizing that this was no ordinary insect trying to scare. "Something's coming," she said, deeply concerned. "Something clever. Something that doesn't want to see my family together." Sometimes, life throws unexpected problems our way that try to take away our happiness and peace. The big word for this is called sabotage. There's an evil enemy that wants to sow seeds of hate and cause us to argue and fight with the people we love, especially our families. He doesn't want to see us happy or together. He might make us argue over silly things, like who gets the last cookie, who gets to choose the TV show, or who left the toys on the floor. But this time, we can remember that we're in control. Just like wise heroes, we can squash the bad thoughts and crush the evil beetles trying to spread their venom and hate. Just like wisdom, we can take charge and keep the peace between our family by choosing kindness and forgiveness, allowing our hearts to heal so we can stay happy and together. A prayer from Jade. God, I am glad you place me in a loving family who truly cares for me. Wisdom is working really hard within Evergreen to maintain peace in our little kingdom. I can see how much she wants to see us happy, and she is incredibly determined to protect that happiness, even when it comes to our little silly arguments. And to be clear, I didn't start the argument, Hansel did. Amen.